Chapter 1. Cinders of Cincinnati. Cincinnati, 1922. The oppressive summer heat clung to the city like a shroud, mirroring the stifling atmosphere within the grand but cold Hamilton residence. Laura, perched on the edge of a plush armchair, stared out the window at the manicured gardens, a picture of elegant boredom. Her silk dress, the color of a faded dream, whispered against her skin as she shifted, the fabric a stark contrast to the calloused hands of the woman tending the roses below. A sigh escaped her lips, a wisp of discontent lost in the vast emptiness of the room. The mahogany furniture gleamed under the harsh sunlight streaming through the window, each piece a testament to her husband's wealth, a wealth that felt like a gilded cage. John Hamilton, a man twice her age chosen by her parents for his financial standing, was currently engrossed in the latest edition of the Wall Street Journal, oblivious to the tempest brewing within his wife. Laura's gaze drifted to the worn leather suitcase tucked away in a corner. It held not just a change of clothes for the upcoming society luncheon, but a secret yearning for a life beyond these gilded walls. Inside, nestled amongst her undergarments, lay a book of poetry, its pages filled with verses that spoke of forbidden love and audacious dreams. A stark contrast to the predictable rhythm of her days. The rhythmic clack of John's shoes against the hardwood floor jolted her back to reality. He folded the newspaper with a flourish, his gaze finally landing on her. A ghost of a smile, more duty than affection, played on his lips. Laura offered a polite smile in return, the practiced movement as automatic as the clinking of china at their solitary dinners. As John busied himself with his tie, Laura stole another glance at the suitcase, a silent plea for a different life. The train ticket nestled within its folds promised escape, a journey not just across state lines, but into the unknown. It was a gamble, a defiance against the stifling expectations that had choked the life out of her dreams. The luncheon that afternoon was a symphony of polite chatter and forced laughter. Laura navigated the sea of silk dresses and feathered hats, her smile as fixed as the pearls around her neck. Yet, beneath the facade, a spark of rebellion flickered. Each vapid conversation, each empty boast, fueled her determination to break free. As the afternoon sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the manicured lawns, Laura excused herself from the gathering. The train station, a bustling hub of anticipation and escape, beckoned. With a final lingering glance at the opulent prison she called home, Laura clutched the worn suitcase, her heart pounding a rhythm of hope and fear. The train whistle shrieked, a mournful cry that echoed her own yearning for a life filled with love and passion, a life waiting for her beyond the confines of Cincinnati. Chapter 2. The Pullman Porteur. The rhythmic clickety-clack of the train lulled Laura into a state of restless anticipation. Her reflection in the window, illuminated by the dying embers of the setting sun, mirrored the turmoil within. Excitement bubbled beneath the surface, a stark contrast to the dull ache of resignation that had become her constant companion. As dusk settled, casting long shadows down the train corridor, a young man in a crisp porter's uniform caught her eye. He moved with a quiet grace, his dark skin gleaming in the dim light as he efficiently ensured the comfort of the passengers. There was a quiet dignity in his demeanor, a hint of a story untold etched in the lines around his eyes. Their eyes met for a fleeting moment, his warm brown gaze holding a depth that sent a jolt through her. He offered a respectful nod, a silent acknowledgement of her presence, before moving on with his duties. A blush crept up Laura's neck, a welcome sensation of warmth amidst the cold indifference of her life. The night wore on, punctuated by the rhythmic rocking of the train and the occasional murmur of fellow passengers. Unable to sleep, Laura found herself drawn to the observation car, a haven for smokers, and those seeking solace in solitude. There, she found the young porter, leaning against the railing, gazing out at the moonlit landscape. He turned at the sound of her footsteps, a flicker of surprise followed by a warm smile. Laura felt a strange sense of familiarity, a connection that transcended the boundaries of social class. He gestured to the empty space beside him, and Laura, with a newfound sense of boldness, took a seat. The silence between them was not awkward, but comfortable, filled with the unspoken language of shared yearning. As the moon cast its silvery light on their faces, Laura found herself captivated by his eyes, windows into a soul that seemed to resonate with her own. The train journey, a mere passage for most, became a stolen moment of connection, a promise whispered on the wind. Chapter 3: Whispers in the Night. Days blurred into weeks as the train journey stretched on. Laura, a creature of habit transformed, found herself eagerly anticipating the porter's arrival each morning. His name, Eric, lingered in her thoughts, a forbidden melody that filled the emptiness within her. Stolen glances across crowded corridors, a brush of hands as he adjusted her luggage. These fleeting moments ignited a fire within Laura. Each night, under the cloak of darkness, they found themselves drawn to the observation car, their secret sanctuary. The rhythmic clickety-clack of the train became the soundtrack to their burgeoning love affair. In the hushed whispers and stolen kisses, they found solace and a sense of belonging they had never known. Eric, with his gentle touch and soulful gaze, awakened a yearning in Laura she never knew existed. Their meetings were shrouded in secrecy, fueled by stolen moments and furtive glances. The stark contrast between his humble uniform and her expensive wardrobe served as a constant reminder of the forbidden nature of their connection. Yet, their love bloomed, defying social barriers and societal expectations. One night, under the watchful gaze of a million stars, Eric hesitantly pulled out a worn trumpet. The first notes, hesitant at first, blossomed into a melody that spoke of unspoken longing and raw emotion. Laura, tears welling in her eyes, listened, her heart overflowing with a love that threatened to consume her. As the music swelled, their gazes locked, a silent promise exchanged. The train, hurtling towards an unknown destination, became a symbol of their shared journey, a journey fueled by a love that defied all boundaries. But with each stolen moment, the weight of their secret grew, a dark cloud looming on the horizon of their newfound happiness. Chapter 4: The Price of Desire. The train's rhythmic clatter echoed Laura's heartbeat, a constant reminder of the forbidden love that had taken root in her heart. Eric's gentle touch, his soulful gaze, the melody of his trumpet, these were the threads that wove the tapestry of their secret world, a world far removed from the gilded cage of her marriage. Yet, with each stolen moment, the weight of her infidelity grew heavier. The image of John, his cold eyes and rigid demeanor, haunted her thoughts. The guilt gnawed at her, relentless reminder of the life she had abandoned, the vows she had broken. The train's arrival in Chicago, a bustling hub of industry and ambition, marked a new chapter in their journey. Eric, with a mix of excitement and trepidation, spoke of his dreams of becoming a musician, of sharing his melodies with the world. Laura, her heart filled with admiration, pledged her support, a silent promise to stand by his side, even in the face of the challenges that lay ahead. But the allure of their forbidden love could not mask the reality of their situation. Laura, torn between her newfound passion and the weight of societal expectations, found herself adrift in a sea of conflicting emotions. The lavish hotel room, a stark contrast to Eric's humble lodgings, served as a constant reminder of the world she had left behind. The guilt intensified as she received letters from her mother, filled with concern and thinly veiled accusations. The pressure to return to Cincinnati, to resume her role as John's dutiful wife, mounted with each passing day. One evening, as they strolled through the bustling streets of Chicago, the vibrant energy of the city seemed to mock her inner turmoil. The laughter of couples, the hand-in-hand strolls of lovers, all served as a painful reminder of the life she could never openly embrace. In the shadows of a towering skyscraper, Laura and Eric paused, their eyes meeting in a silent exchange of emotions. The weight of their secret, the fear of discovery, hung heavy in the air. Laura's heart ached, torn between the love that had awakened her soul and the life she had been conditioned to accept. As the city lights twinkled like distant stars, Laura made a silent vow to herself. She would not let fear and guilt dictate her destiny. She would find a way to reconcile her love for Eric with the expectations of society, a way to embrace her newfound happiness without sacrificing her integrity. The path ahead was uncertain, fraught with challenges, but Laura, fueled by the fire of her love, was determined to find her way. Chapter 5. A Husband's Shadow. Weeks bled into months, a fragile normalcy settling over Laura's life. She continued her charade of the dutiful wife in Cincinnati, her heart, however, a constant echo of the love she'd found in Chicago. Stolen moments spent exchanging letters with Eric, filled with longing and promises, fueled the flame of their forbidden connection. One seemingly ordinary morning, the world Laura had so painstakingly constructed crumbled to dust. A telegram arrived, the stark black lettering a harbinger of doom. John, on a business trip to Chicago, had stumbled upon a familiar-faced Eric, his trumpet case a telltale sign. The telegram, devoid of emotion, demanded Laura's immediate return. The train journey back to Cincinnati was a blur of churning emotions. Gone were the stolen glances and whispered promises. In their place, a suffocating dread that constricted Laura's breath. The opulent familiarity of her home offered no solace, only a chilling reminder of the life she tried to escape. John awaited her arrival, his face a mask of cold fury. The telegram lay on the table, a silent accusation. The air crackled with tension as Laura met his gaze, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. John's voice, devoid of its usual booming quality, cut through the silence, each word a sharp icicle piercing her soul. The details of their confrontation remained etched in Laura's memory. The accusations hurled, the bitter recriminations exchanged. John's betrayal cut deeper than any physical blow. He wasn't just angry. He was hurt, his pride wounded by the revelation of her infidelity. Laura, stripped bare by the exposure, could only offer a silent apology, a hollow echo in the face of John's fury. The mansion, once a symbol of security, now felt like a tomb, its grandeur mocking the ruins of her dreams. In the wake of the confrontation, a chilling silence descended, a suffocating weight that threatened to consume them both. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the opulent room, Laura stood alone, the weight of her choices pressing down on her. The consequences of her forbidden love were swift and brutal, shattering the fragile world she had built with Eric. His name, once a whispered promise, now hung in the air, a painful reminder of the love she had lost and the life that lay in ruins. Chapter 6. Scandal and Escape. The opulent mansion, once a gilded cage, now felt like a prison with the bars of societal expectations bared. The weight of John's cold fury hung heavy in the air, a suffocating reminder of the shattered life Laura had built. The echo of their confrontation lingered, a constant prickle of shame and defiance. Days bled into nights, each one a slow torture. Sleep offered no escape, only a replay of accusations and the crushing weight of her choices. The once familiar routine felt like a grotesque performance, a charade of a life she no longer recognized. Fueled by a desperate yearning for freedom and a flicker of hope rekindled by the memory of Eric's love, Laura hatched a daring plan. Under the cloak of darkness, she packed a single suitcase, its meager contents a stark contrast to the lavish life she was leaving behind. A stolen glance at a train schedule confirmed a departure in the early hours. With trembling hands, she penned a final note, a heartfelt apology devoid of excuses, a silent farewell to the life she was abandoning. The journey to the station was a blur of adrenaline and fear. Each creak of the floorboard, each rustle of leaves in the wind, sent her heart pounding. Finally, under the cloak of a starless night, she reached the station, a lone figure seeking refuge in the anonymity of the departing crowd. The train whistle shrieked, a mournful cry that mirrored the turmoil within her. As the familiar rhythm of the train lulled her into a restless sleep, Laura clung to the worn photograph of Eric tucked away in her purse. It was a beacon of hope, a promise of a new beginning, a life built on love, not societal expectations. The journey stretched on, each passing mile a step closer to freedom. The fear of the unknown battled with the fierce determination burning within her. Laura envisioned a life with Eric, a life filled with music and shared dreams, a life where love, not societal constraints, dictated her destiny. As the train pulled into Chicago's bustling station, the first rays of dawn painted the sky with hues of hope. Laura, stepping onto the unfamiliar platform, took a deep breath. The weight of her past still clung to her, but a newfound resolve shone in her eyes. She was no longer the caged bird of Cincinnati. She was free, ready to face whatever lay ahead, as long as it meant being with Eric. Chapter 7. The Symphony of the Jazz Age. Chicago, a bustling hub of ambition, offered a temporary haven for Laura. Yet, the city's vibrant energy held a hollow echo compared to the dream that beckoned her eastward, New York City, the pulsating heart of the jazz age. There, amidst the cacophony of horns and the smoky allure of speakeasies, Laura believed she might find a place for their love to flourish. The train journey, a steel serpent winding its way towards the promised land, mirrored the tangle of emotions within Laura. The thrill of escape intertwined with the uncertainty of the future. But clutching Eric's worn photograph, a tangible reminder of his love, she steeled her resolve. New York City exploded into view, a chaotic symphony of towering skyscrapers and bustling avenues. The air crackled with an intangible energy, a vibrant tapestry woven from ambition, dreams, and the infectious rhythm of jazz. As they disembarked, Laura felt a spark ignite within her, a sense of belonging she had never known before. Finding a modest apartment in Greenwich Village, they settled into a life far removed from their past. Eric, with his talent and Laura's unwavering support, began his pursuit of a dream. The smoky backrooms of jazz clubs became his proving ground, his trumpet weaving tales of love, loss, and the raw emotions that pulsed through the city's veins. Laura, too, found a creative outlet. Encouraged by Eric, she discovered a talent for singing, her voice a soulful counterpoint to his melodies. Together, they practiced late into the night, the cramped apartment filled with music that spilled out onto the fire escape, serenading the bustling city below. The days were filled with relentless hustle, nights echoing with the melodies of their shared dreams. They faced rejection with unwavering determination, their love a constant source of strength. Slowly, Eric's talent began to gain recognition. His music, infused with the passion and struggles of their journey, resonated with audiences hungry for something new, something raw and real. One fateful night, a renowned producer from a prestigious record label found himself drawn to the smoky allure of a small jazz club where Eric was performing. Captivated by the trumpet's soulful cry and Laura's hauntingly beautiful voice, He offered them a chance to share their music with the world. Laura and Eric's journey, born from forbidden love and fueled by unwavering determination, had brought them to the precipice of success. As the city lights twinkled like a million stars, a testament to the relentless pursuit of dreams, Laura and Eric shared a look, their eyes reflecting not just love, but a shared gratitude for the symphony of the jazz age that had welcomed them with open arms. Chapter 8: Struggle and Sacrifice. The record deal, a shimmering promise held aloft in the neon glow of New York City, was both a blessing and a curse. The recording sessions were a whirlwind of activity, long hours spent perfecting arrangements, the relentless pursuit of capturing the raw essence of their music. The anticipation crackled in the air, a tangible force that fueled their every move. Yet, the reality of their situation remained a constant undercurrent. Their meager savings dwindled with each passing day. The cramped apartment, once a haven of dreams, now felt like a constant reminder of their precarious existence. Laura, ever resourceful, took on odd jobs, waitressing in bustling cafes, sewing alterations for local shops. Each day was a relentless struggle, the glamour of the music industry a distant mirage. Eric, fueled by a mixture of gratitude and desperation, poured his heart and soul into his music. He practiced tirelessly, pushing past exhaustion, his fingers bleeding on the trumpet valves. Late nights were spent honing his craft, the smoky backrooms of jazz clubs his training ground. He watched other musicians, absorbing their technique, their stage presence. The city, a relentless beast, offered no sympathy. Rejection slips piled up, each one a stinging blow to their already fragile hopes. Disheartening performances in dingy speakeasies, where the clinking of glasses drowned out the melody, tested their resolve. Yet, through it all, their love remained a constant source of strength. One evening, as they huddled together in their cramped apartment, a thin layer of defeat settling over them, a worn letter arrived. It was from a small music venue in Harlem, a haven for up-and-coming artists. They offered Eric a week-long residency, a chance to showcase his talent. It wasn't much, but for Laura and Eric, it was a lifeline. The week at the Harlem venue was a turning point. Word of Eric's electrifying performance spread like wildfire. His music, infused with the struggles of their journey and the raw emotion of their love, resonated with the diverse crowd. The smoky room crackled with energy, the audience swaying to the rhythm of his trumpet. The final night of the residency saw the room packed to the brim. Eric, his eyes locked on Laura in the corner, poured his soul into his music. As the last note faded, the silence was broken by a thunderous applause, a wave of appreciation that washed over them. In that moment, the long nights of struggle, the sacrifices made, all seemed worth it. News of their success reached their record label. A second chance, a chance to finally record their music, materialized on the horizon. The path to success was far from smooth, but with renewed hope and unwavering dedication, Laura and Eric, hand in hand, were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 9: Laura's Song. The success of their Harlem residency propelled Laura and Eric into the whirlwind of the music industry. Days were a blur of recording sessions, promotional interviews, and the thrill of performing in packed venues. While Eric reveled in the spotlight, Laura, initially content to be his muse, felt a disquiet stirring within her. One evening, as they sat in their cramped apartment, the city lights twinkling outside their window, Laura picked up Eric's neglected guitar. Her fingers, clumsy at first, hesitantly caressed the strings. A melody, a half-forgotten echo from her youth, began to take shape. Eric, his attention drawn to the music, watched in surprise. As Laura's voice, raw and unpolished, filled the room, a deep emotion resonated within him. It was a vulnerability he hadn't witnessed before, a strength born from their shared story. Encouraged by Eric, Laura poured her heart into songwriting. Lyrics flowed from her pen, inspired by their journey. The pain of heartbreak, the solace of love, the relentless pursuit of dreams. Each note became a brushstroke, painting a vibrant portrait of their experiences. Late nights were spent collaborating, Eric's trumpet intertwining with Laura's vocals, weaving a tapestry of sound that resonated with a deeper truth. They discovered a new dimension to their love, a creative synergy that fueled their artistic expression. Laura's debut performance, a feature on one of Eric's tracks, was a revelation. Her voice, infused with a newfound confidence, captivated the audience. The raw emotion in her lyrics resonated with the listeners, drawing them into the world of their love story. Their music, no longer just Eric's passionate trumpet cries, became a fusion of their souls. Laura's voice, a counterpoint to his melodies, became a force to be reckoned with. Together, they created a sound that captured the essence of the jazz age, a blend of hope and struggle, love and loss, a testament to the human spirit's resilience. As their fame grew, so did the demands on their time. Yet, amidst the hustle and bustle, they found solace in the quiet moments of creation, sharing ideas, their love story unfolding not just on stage, but in every note they played, every lyric they sang. Laura, the once timid woman trapped in a gilded cage, had found her voice, a voice that resonated not just in the world of music, but in the depths of their shared love. Chapter 10: Building a Life. The relentless pace of their newfound fame brought with it a whirlwind of challenges. The cramped apartment was a distant memory replaced by a spacious apartment with a view that stretched across the vibrant city. Luxuries they had once dreamt of were now commonplace, yet a nagging sense of unease lingered beneath the surface. The demands of touring schedules and recording sessions threatened to pull them apart. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, spent in different cities, different hotel rooms. The fear of losing the intimacy that fueled their music gnawed at them. One evening, amidst the chaos of a pre-concert frenzy, Laura found Eric hunched over a crumpled piece of paper. It was a melody, melancholic and yearning, that spoke of their separation anxiety. Tears welled in her eyes as he played, the music a silent echo of their shared vulnerability. In that moment, they vowed to build a life that balanced their artistic ambitions with the foundation of their love. They hired a manager to handle the administrative burdens, freeing them to focus on creating music. They scheduled breaks between tours, precious moments to reconnect in the quiet of their apartment, their shared haven. Life on the road wasn't always glamorous. Long journeys, cramped tour-buses, the loneliness of hotel rooms. These were the realities that tested their resolve. But they faced them together, their love a source of unwavering support. In the back of the bus, hunched over a shared notebook, they found inspiration in the passing landscapes, weaving stories of resilience into their music. Their success brought scrutiny and criticism. Some saw their love story as a publicity stunt, their music a mere fad. Yet, they remained undeterred. Their music, born from genuine emotions and a shared journey, resonated with audiences across the country. They used their platform to speak of defying social norms, of pursuing love in the face of adversity. Years flew by in a blur of creativity and collaboration. Their love story, woven into the fabric of their music, became an inspiration. Young couples saw in them a reflection of their own struggles, a testament to the power of love in overcoming obstacles. As their fame reached its peak, Laura found herself looking back at the wide-eyed woman who had boarded that train all those years ago. The journey had been arduous, fraught with challenges and sacrifices. Yet, she wouldn't trade it for anything. She had found her voice, not just as an artist but as a woman, And it was all because of the love story that had dared to defy societal expectations. In the quiet of their apartment, bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun, Laura and Eric sat side by side. The city they had conquered stretched out before them, a testament to their unwavering love. Their journey, far from over, promised new chapters, new challenges, and a love story that would forever be etched in the melody of their music. Chapter 11. Facing the Past. Years had etched their passage on Laura's face, lines around her eyes hinting at the laughter and tears that had shaped her journey. News clippings and worn photographs tucked away in a drawer served as a bittersweet reminder of the life she had left behind. The memory of John, a distant figure shrouded in the past, occasionally flickered at the edges of her consciousness. A persistent feeling of unfinished business gnawed at Laura. The unresolved anger, the hurt she had inflicted, lingered like a discordant note in the symphony of her life. With a deep breath, she decided it was time to confront the past, to seek closure and finally move forward with a clean slate. A telegram, its stark message a bridge across the chasm of time, announced her intention to visit Cincinnati. John, his pride a faded echo of the past, agreed to meet her at their old mansion, now a museum showcasing a bygone era. The opulent house, once a gilded cage, felt like a stranger draped in familiar finery. Memories, both cherished and painful, swirled around her as she walked through the echoing halls. John, his hair streaked with gray, awaited her in the grand living room, his expression a mixture of apprehension and grudging acceptance. Their eyes met, a silent acknowledgement of the years that had separated them. The formal exchange of greetings felt hollow, a mere formality before the storm. As they settled into the plush armchairs, a lifetime of unspoken words hung heavy in the air. Laura, her voice firm yet laced with a tinge of regret, recounted her journey. She spoke of the stifling expectations, the yearning for something more, and the love she had found with Eric. She did not shy away from the pain she had caused, the hurt she knew she had inflicted. John listened intently, his stoic facade occasionally cracking to reveal a flicker of sadness. He spoke of his own loneliness, the emptiness that had settled after Laura's departure. The years had softened the edges of his anger, replaced by a quiet acceptance of the choices they had made. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room, a sense of catharsis settled upon them. Apologies, unspoken but understood, hung in the air. They acknowledged the mistakes of their youth, the pain they had caused each other. With a final glance at the opulent mansion, a symbol of a life left behind, Laura turned to leave. John, a hint of understanding in his eyes, offered a silent farewell. Their paths would not converge again, but they had found a modicum of peace, a closure that allowed them to move forward on their separate journeys. Chapter 12. Melodies of Success. The weight of John's unspoken forgiveness settled on Laura like a comforting cloak. The ghosts of the past, finally laid to rest, allowed them to fully embrace the present, a present brimming with the sweet melodies of success. Eric's talent, nurtured by years of relentless pursuit, had finally blossomed into its full potential. Their music, a potent blend of Laura's soulful vocals and Eric's electrifying trumpet, captivated audiences across the nation. Renowned concert halls reverberated with the raw emotion of their love story, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The prestigious Carnegie Hall awaited them, a pinnacle of achievement in the world of music. Weeks leading up to the Carnegie Hall performance were a whirlwind of rehearsals and interviews. The pressure to deliver a flawless performance on such a hallowed stage mounted, but Laura and Eric found solace in each other's unwavering support. The night of the performance arrived, a cacophony of nervous energy buzzing backstage. As they walked onto the brightly lit stage, hand in hand, The sheer immensity of the audience took their breath away. A hush fell over the crowd as the first notes of their signature melody filled the air. Laura, her voice imbued with a quiet confidence, poured her heart into the lyrics. Eric, his trumpet an extension of his soul, wove tales of love and loss, of defiance and resilience. The music transcended language, connecting with the audience on a visceral level. As the final note faded, a moment of stunned silence hung in the air. Then, the hall erupted in thunderous applause, a wave of appreciation that washed over Laura and Eric. Tears welled in their eyes, a mixture of relief and overwhelming joy. The Carnegie Hall performance marked a turning point in their career. They became household names, their music a soundtrack of the jazz age. Grammy Awards lined their shelves, a testament to their artistic brilliance. Yet, amidst the glamour and recognition, they remained grounded, their love story the anchor that kept them tethered to their humble beginnings. One evening, after a sold-out performance at a prestigious venue, Laura and Eric stood on their balcony overlooking the city that had embraced them. The twinkling lights below mirrored the stars that glittered in the night sky. Holding each other close, they knew their journey, far from over, would be filled with new challenges and triumphs. But as long as their love remained the melody that guided their way, they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. Chapter 13. A Love Song for the Ages. Decades danced by, the frenetic pace of the jazz age settling into a mellow rhythm. Laura's hair, once a vibrant cascade, turned silver, each strand a silent testament to their enduring love story. Eric's trumpet, once gleaming gold, bore the gentle patina of time, each mark a story etched in brass. Their careers, though less frenetic, continued to flourish. They moved beyond the confines of jazz, incorporating elements of blues and folk into their music, their sound maturing with the years. The love story woven into their melodies, however, remained a constant thread, a timeless tapestry that resonated with audiences of all ages. New generations discovered their music, captivated by the raw emotion that transcended time and genre. Laura's voice, though tinged with age, retained its power, a poignant reminder of the struggles and triumphs that had shaped her journey. They continued to tour, albeit at a slower pace. Their concerts filled with a devoted following that had grown up listening to their music. On stage, they were not just musicians, but storytellers, their melodies a window into a world of forbidden love and unwavering dedication. One evening, at a small, intimate venue, they performed a medley of their greatest hits. The room, a sea of familiar faces, resonated with a quiet reverence. As the final note faded, the audience erupted in a standing ovation, a wave of appreciation that washed over Laura and Eric. In that moment, they looked at each other, their eyes reflecting a lifetime of shared experiences and unwavering love. Their journey, a testament to the enduring power of music and the resilience of the human spirit, had come full circle. Their love story, woven into the fabric of their music, had become a love song for the ages, a timeless melody that would continue to inspire and captivate generations to come. Theirs was a love that defied societal constraints, a love that found solace in music, and a love that would forever be etched in the hearts of all who heard their song. Chapter 14. Echoes of Cincinnati. The years, like gentle waves lapping at the shore of time, had etched their passage on Laura and Eric's faces. Their once vibrant hair was now streaked with silver, each strand a silent testament to the rich tapestry of their lives. Their music, once a whirlwind of energy and passion, had mellowed into a soulful symphony, reflecting the depth of their enduring love. A longing for the past, a desire to revisit the places that had shaped their journey, tugged at Laura's heartstrings. With Eric by her side, they embarked on a pilgrimage to Cincinnati, the city where their love story had taken root, where the echoes of their youth still lingered. As they walked through the familiar streets, a kaleidoscope of memories unfolded before them. The bustling market square, once the backdrop of their clandestine meetings, now seemed quieter, the vendors replaced by younger faces. The Grand Opera House, where they had first experienced the magic of music together, stood as a monument to a bygone era. Their footsteps led them to their old mansion, now a museum showcasing the opulence of a time long past. As they strolled through the grand halls, Laura's mind conjured images of their whirlwind courtship, the stolen moments, the shared dreams. In the library, where they had once whispered secrets beneath the stacks of books, they found a worn photograph tucked away in a forgotten corner. It was a picture of them, young and carefree, their eyes sparkling with the promise of a future they had dared to dream of. A wave of nostalgia washed over them, a bittersweet reminder of the choices they had made, the paths they had taken. They had defied societal expectations, followed their hearts, and created a love story that had transcended time and place. As they stood hand in hand, gazing out at the city that had witnessed their beginnings, they realized that the echoes of Cincinnati would forever resonate within them. It was a place where their love had blossomed, where they had faced challenges and emerged stronger, where they had found the courage to embrace their dreams. With a newfound appreciation for their past, they turned to leave, their hearts filled with gratitude for the journey that had brought them together. They carried with them the echoes of Cincinnati, a reminder of the resilience of love, the power of music, and the enduring spirit of their shared story. The final chapter, a legacy of love. The sun, a fiery orb sinking below the horizon, painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, casting a warm glow over the tranquil countryside. Laura and Eric sat on their porch, their hands intertwined, their eyes reflecting the fading light. The years had etched their passage on their faces, lines around their eyes hinting at the laughter and tears that had shaped their journey. Yet, their love remained as vibrant as ever, a beacon in the twilight of their lives. Their music, once a whirlwind of energy and passion, had mellowed into a soulful symphony, reflecting the depth of their enduring love. Their songs, infused with the struggles and triumphs of their journey, continued to resonate with audiences across generations. As they gazed out at the sprawling fields that stretched before them, a sense of peace settled upon them. They had faced challenges, defied expectations, and created a love story that had touched countless lives. Their legacy was not just in their music, but in the lives they had inspired, in the courage they had instilled in others to pursue their dreams, to defy societal norms, and to embrace the power of love. In the quiet stillness of the evening, they closed their eyes, their hands still intertwined. The echoes of their music lingered in the air, a testament to a love that had transcended time and place. As the last rays of sunlight faded, leaving the sky in a velvety expanse of stars, Laura and Eric's journey came to an end. Yet, their love story, woven into the fabric of their music, would forever live on. A legacy of passion, resilience, and the enduring power of love.